everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing and assembling my brand new Hawkins classic stainless steel 1.5 liter pressure cooker. All these years I've been using my same 3 liter aluminum unit, but oftentimes I just want to cook something small and I realize there's really no reason for me to be using a 3 liter cooker. And then we're going to go through the trial run just to make sure that it's working correctly. And then we're going to go ahead and cook a couple of potatoes. So here's everything. It does feel heavier than my aluminum unit, and that's because I got the one with the special bottom on it. You can use this on any kind of stovetop, so induction, gas, electric, and of course it's stainless steel, so it's really nice and shiny. And the lid comes fully assembled. The safety valve is already installed, so we don't have to do that. The only thing we had to do was attach the pressure regulator, and there you go. So it looks great. We're gonna go do our trial run. So I washed all of this and took the sealing ring off, the gasket, okay, and just, kind of drying that, making sure it's in good shape, and it is. It's nice and solid. And also making sure that you can see through the steam vent, which right now I can't. What's going on there? And now I can't. Okay, there was just some water in there. Next, I'm going to perform a trial run on this brand new cooker. Hawkins recommends doing that. I take all my instructions directly from their website. I'll put a link to their website in the description of this video. I have another video that goes into the details and the nitty-gritty of performing a trial run, more broken down, and I'll put a link to that up here. I'm going to do it again with this cooker right now just because it's brand new. To do our trial run, we're going to pour 2 cups of water into the pot. And because this is a brand new non-anodized pot, Hawkins recommends putting a teaspoon of something acidic, so either lemon juice or vinegar, into the water to avoid discoloration of the pot in the future. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't do that the first time with my other cooker, and it did become kind of yellowed over time. Make sure your sealing gasket, that you've replaced it and it's snug down into that lip. And then we're ready to go. Lid on. Make sure that the lid is centered and that there's equal space around the edge of the pot as it's touching the lid. Squeeze your handle, close it, and do not put the pressure regulator on yet. Leave that off, okay? Set the burner to high and let this come up to boil. What we're waiting for is steam to issue through the steam vent because we want to make sure that the steam vent is clear, and it obviously is because there's some water popping up through there. You can hear it. It's starting to come out. Steam is starting to come out of there. I can actually feel that heat all the way up here. What we're really checking for is to make sure that there's no steam coming out around the sides, around the edges, and there isn't. So that means that our sealing gasket is working and our steam vent is free and clear. What we're gonna do next is pop the pressure regulator on, okay? And we're gonna make sure that that works. Don't hang your hand there any longer than you need to. Obviously it's hot steam coming out of there. Just pop it on real quick like that. And now what we're gonna do is wait for it to come up to full pressure, and we'll know that it's at full pressure when this thing whistles. That was it. Okay, so our pot has whistled. Everything's working the way it should. Okay, so now we know that the pot is safe to cook in. In order to release the pressure from this, I'm gonna turn the heat off. And you can do one of 2 things. You can either just let the pressure dissipate naturally, which it will do on its own. After about 5 minutes, it will slowly be leaking out of the steam vent. Or you can use something, you can use a knife or the end of a kitchen utensil and put it through that ring right there and lift up. Just be aware if you do it that way, that instant release method, that there is gonna be a bunch of steam coming out, so make sure you protect your hand with a towel or something. And that's the way I'm gonna do it right now. pot from doing our trial run, and I noticed something. This cooker, the 1.5 liter, did not come with a food stand. This is my 3 liter that I've been using for years, and it comes with a grid. It looks like this. This is actually an aftermarket one that I got on Amazon because I very stupidly threw mine out because I didn't really think I was gonna use it. But what this does is keep food off the bottom of the pot so that it's sort of sitting up off of that bottom surface, and that's where the heat is concentrated, right? So while one came with my 3 liter, one did not come with my new 1.5 liter. And this one that I bought is too big. I'm gonna have to look on Amazon and see if I can find another one, or maybe go to a restaurant supply store around here and see if I can find something that will be a suitable replacement for that. But that's just something to note. So for this test, I'm just gonna not use a food stand, and the potatoes are just gonna be sitting down in the water. Put 1 cup of water. That's the minimum amount of water you want in your pressure cooker if you're cooking food. And where are my potatoes? I lost them. Oh, there they are. And here's my 2 little potatoes. On the Hawkins website, they have recipes for all kinds of different ingredients. The directions for cooking potatoes are for a 5 liter cooker, which is 2 liters bigger than this one. So imagine that, it's a big cooker, and like 4 pounds of potatoes. And it says to cook them, all of that, for only 5 minutes. So I'm only gonna cook these 2 little guys for 3 minutes. So we're popping these in, and I'm gonna put my lid on. And turn it on high. We'll wait for this to come to full pressure. We turn it down to medium or low and start our timer. You'll know you're at cooking pressure, operating pressure, when your pot whistles between 3 and 4 times a minute. If it's whistling more than that, turn your heat down. If it's not whistling at all, or maybe whistling just once a minute, turn your heat up a little bit. That was our pot reaching full pressure. So now we're going to turn it down. I'm just gonna put it between medium and low and start our timer. It's gonna come down to operating pressure, okay? We're gonna listen for these whistles to happen 3 or 4 times a minute for the next 3, well, now about 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna turn my heat up a little bit because my pot isn't whistling. There we go. Still got about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes since I walked away, which makes about 3 minutes total. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. And I'm gonna release my pressure using the quick release method that I showed you. So I'm gonna lift up my pressure regulator with a knife and let all that steam out. Okay, all the pressure's out of our pot. We'll take a look at our potatoes and see what they look like. Now we can check and see how well they actually cooked just by inserting, hopefully, a knife. And look at that. The knife slid right in there, so it seems as though they're cooked, well enough in just 3 minutes. I'm gonna cut them open and actually see what they look like inside. So it is still just a little bit firm, but it's still really good. I would say that 4 minutes would be plenty. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and have fun with your pressure cooker. Until next time.